So if you're supplying a Viking meter to a taxi installer or you're buying one off the internet, there are various things you need to be aware of. Different to the Cygnus and the Aquila meters, the Viking has a dealer code inside it. It's similar to the pins you get on the other meters, but it is used in a different way. Now the problem we get is that Vikings of certain ages are tied to the dealer that installed them. And when you do then send a meter or supply a meter to a fitter or buy one off the internet, there's going to be a PIN number inside it, and that PIN number controls what we can do with it. So when you do buy one or you do supply one, your fitter may ask you several questions, and these questions will allow that fitter to know what to do with the meter, whether they can install it directly, whether they need to make a phone call to Viking, or whether the meter is older and needs to be recoded to that particular dealer. We like to know the date. The date is shown in the white square above the serial number, the year, in this case 2026. This will allow the fitter to know when the meter was made and what software is likely to be on board, and therefore what restrictions might be in place in order to access the meter. Then more importantly, we now ask you to go into the meter itself. One is the dealer code, so we know whose meter it was originally supplied by, and the software version that the meter has on board, and this directly affects what we can do with the meter. To do this, we press the extra button twice. It turns it off, then back on again with the time, and then we run through the meter until we get to the word deal in the bottom right hand corner, 351. That is the number of the dealer that the meter was supplied to. One more button press gives us the software version, 5.06. This allows us to know what the meter can do and what we can do with it, and identifies whether we need to phone Viking or use a PIN number of our own or send it back for recoding to Viking. So basically, whenever we ask you what meter you bought, you say it's a Viking V5 or V5M, we will ask you first of all for the year. We will then ask you to switch the meter on into for hire mode, press the extra button twice to go back into a technical menu, and then keep pressing it a few times until you see the word deal. That number we want to see as well. One more button press, software version. So we want to know what year it is, what dealer it is, and what software version it is. And then that allows us to determine what we can do for you, when it can be done, and what procedures need to be in place, such as sending the meter back to Viking for recoding.